Hello and welcome to another Cabinet Entertainment video. It's Art here with the end of Wrestling Week's video. It is the Wednesday Wrestle War video. It is my comparison of NXT on USA, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown going to Fox, and All Elite Wrestling Dynamite on TNT. Excuse me while I raise up in my chair for comfort level, but I will keep talking. Now, with this being said, I will say this, that you may not see WWE style graphics in here, you may not see AEW style graphics in here, because I don't want the graphics to be copyright claimed, and WWE tends to do a lot of that. But with this being said, I am not a fan of one over the other. I do have my favorite right now, and it's the favorite who won the first month, which you'll find out a little bit later in the video, of course. But it is not like I want them to win exclusively. I want the wrestling landscape to be amazing, and maybe if I decide to do another wrestling week, I'll do one where I show other wrestling options, because there are certainly other wrestling options. But let's go into what I like about NXT on USA, what I like about SmackDown on Fox, and what I like about AEW on TNT, AEW Dynamite. I'm going to go with SmackDown on Fox. Same SmackDown live on Fridays. It has progressively gotten worse. Its debut was better, although everything they promised in the debut did not happen. Stone Cold Steve Austin didn't come out, The Undertaker didn't come out, and Sting didn't come out, just to name a few things. I do like the new sets for both Raw and SmackDown. I think they give each show a unique flavor, along with their unique announce teams. Its uniqueness and setting them apart really sets them, for the first time ever, as two separate brands. Doesn't mean the wrestling product inside the ring is any good, but that's what it does. Now, NXT on USA, I like because, number one, it's 2 hours long. NXT was a product that should have always been 2 hours long. I've been a fan of NXT since day one, since its inception on the WWE Network, not since the reality show on the USA Network. I think that it is the sole reason why I keep the WWE Network. It is in itself a very good brand. I like, but it's very, very top heavy with top indie stars. I'm not saying that it should be. And I like what they're doing with WWE, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT all facing off at Survivor Series, because honestly, it's no longer developmental. It is their third brand. It is their hottest brand. Flat out, point blank. It is the best thing WWE has going. That being said, they have major flaws against their competition too. First flaw is they come from the same venue, the Full Sail Arena in Orlando, every week. To me, that is a major flaw when you're going up against another major company who does travel. And it is a strike against NXT, in my opinion. If you're going to make it a third brand, it should travel. It should no longer have a home base. That's where I think WWE is failing it. I do think the commentary team is pretty much for the most part good. Beth Phoenix is getting her legs underneath her as a commentator, and at times it shows. But as long as she keeps her insightful comments and, her insightful analysis, I think that she'll get the rhythmic flow of commentary very much, and I see nothing but a bright future for her. Although you can see that she's not all quite there yet. Same can be said, arguably, for the new WWE Raw and SmackDown commentators too. The Raw commentators, the quote-unquote main roster commentators need to go away. Michael Cole needs to just go away completely. Vic Joseph isn't that bad. If you watch 205 Live, you've seen him before. He's actually pretty good. So we know how that is. Dio Madden, I've never seen, nor heard, nor hide, nor hair from, and don't want to ever again. Don't like him as a commentator. He might be a good wrestler, but as a commentator, he is awful. And Jerry the King Lawler, although one of my favorite color commentators of all time, I think is missing something without his usual tag team partner, and is past his prime. That's hurtful to say to me personally, because like I said, I'm a huge fan of his, but it's the truth. To be fair, now I have to talk about AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite's production value needs work. There's a lot of shaky cam and a lot of picture-in-picture commercial usage that is a waste. When a match is going on, picture-in-picture commercial usage is important. When the match is over, cut to commercial so I don't have to see people walk to the back. That's just dumb. The broadcast team of Tony Schiavone, Jim Ross, the Hall of Famer, and Excalibur of PWG fame, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, for those who don't know. I would say week 1, it was a bit rough. We're here in week 5, and the edges are starting to be smoothed out. I'm not saying that it's perfectly there altogether, and it may not be your cup of tea, but I find that brand of announcing to be more exciting because you can tell that all 3 individuals, Schiavone, Ross, and Excalibur, are all excited about what they're doing. They're all excited about the product they're calling, and it really shows. And I'll bet you they don't have Vince McMahon talking into their ear like Raw and SmackDown do. I do think that is a detractor for those announced teams on Raw and SmackDown. Now, what did we see on NXT, the head-to-head matchup, NXT and SmackDown? Or NXT and Dynamite? Well, on NXT, your main event caliber matches with your top-notch stars stand up to a lot of things that AEW is doing. However, your undercard isn't as good. All Elite Wrestling has a win-loss record, treating it more like a sport. And time limits once again matter in All Elite Wrestling. I'm not saying the swerve of Finn Balor and the storytelling of NXT isn't still there. For the most part, for the top stars, it's still there. The Finn Balor storyline intrigues me. The Tommaso Ciampa storyline intrigues me. The OC versus the Undisputed Era, Raw versus NXT intrigues me greatly. The women's NXT title picture intrigues me greatly. That's why I like both products. But for the most part, since we've seen NXT go on USA Network, we've seen a lot of major flaws, more promoting of the other 2 shows, a lot of extra talking that you don't really see on AEW Dynamite. You still see talking, but there's a point to it, and when the point is done, it's done, and they get out. They don't stay on a talking point for 20 minutes. They don't have guys. There's just a myriad of wrestlers I don't want to see in NXT. There's a myriad of wrestlers that are being wasted in NXT, and there are some wrestlers, to be fair, I don't want to see in AEW. Jimmy Havoc, not a big fan. I was not a big fan of Darby Allin until the AEW Championship match against Chris Jericho, where he showed me he could be more than just a hardcore nut job. I'm kind of on board with his storytelling type, provided he limits the hardcore to a little bit of, to a lesser extent. I do think crowning a women's champion and a tag team champion with a full-on tag team tournament on Dynamite truly, truly helped. And seeing a focus on true tag team wrestling in AEW Dynamite brings it to a forefront. The fact that they do travel, as opposed to their direct aired counterpart NXT, is a big bonus in my opinion. The fact that they don't have monthly pay-per-views and they build to spectaculars, like we had All Out, and 6 weeks later, 6 or 7 weeks later, we're now getting Full Gear this weekend, which you will have seen the Full Gear review before seeing this review, because this is going to be the Wednesday video. So, that being said, and that being understood, you get where I'm coming from on that front. So, and there's a lot more that just intrigues me. I can't wait to see Emi Sakura versus Riho Shirai. You guys will know before I do, because I'm filming this before a Full Gear. You guys will know before I do how I reacted to seeing Full Gear. But I'm excited about seeing Riho versus Emi Sakura. Excited about seeing the tag team match. I'm excited about seeing Moxley versus Omega. I'm excited about seeing Cody versus Jericho for the AEW Championship. I'm excited about the three-way tag team championship match. I'm excited about Full Gear in general, and the fact that it is AEW's last pay-per-view of 2019, because unlike WWE, they're not going to shove 2 or 3 more pay-per-views down our throat before the end of the year. I think that they realize that they're still young. I think that they realize they're still growing, and they don't want to oversaturate their budding audience. That being said, I don't see NXT as direct competition for AEW, because AEW's a more main roster, main brand show. You've got guys like Kenny Omega, Cody, John Moxley, Chris Jericho, who, you know those guys, and they've got Jim Ross, they've got Tony Schiavone, they've got Tully Blanchard, they've got Arn Anderson, you know. Well, he's not with them, but he works as kind of an agent. They've got agents you've heard of in the form of Dean Malenko, Jerry Lynn, Billy Gunn, that kind of a thing. So they've got all that. And like I said, it's not that I want to see WWE fail. I want to see WWE succeed. However, I want to see AEW succeed. And AEW excites me more than does WWE. WWE for a long time has stood for watered down wrestling entertainment. I can't tell you the last time I watched a Raw or a SmackDown all the way through with complete excitement. I can tell you the last time I watched a Raw and a SmackDown. It was the Draft Raw and the Draft SmackDown of this past year because I wanted to see what they were going to do with it. And once again, they fell flat on their face. Because WWE won't get good. This is my prediction. WWE won't get good until Vince McMahon retires. He is the one holding the reins back from Triple H. He is the one holding it back from succeeding. Yes, I'm saying the man that created WrestleMania, Raw and SmackDown, is the man that is holding the company back, but it's true because he's out of touch now. The 50-50 booking has to really go away, and good stories have to be told for WWE to improve. So which do I think won over the first 5 weeks? AEW Dynamite. For me, it is appointment television. For me, I watch it with commercials, which in this day and age is increasingly rare for me to do. It is amazing. I am excited to watch it every week. I get 3 doses of AEW. Got one last night, get one Saturday, and get one next Wednesday, all within the same 7-day period. I get a myriad of horse crap from WWE in that same period. Get 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown. Well, actually 4 hours of SmackDown because there'll be 2 episodes. And then 4 hours of NXT, not to mention all the other hoopla hype shows they make. Also, if you haven't checked out AEW Dark, their second show that is here on YouTube, you really should subscribe to the All Elite Wrestling channel to check that out. It's amazing. It is the same high quality wrestling as seen on Dynamite, but it is the dark matches either before or after Dynamite. But it's amazing. So in my opinion, in the first 5 weeks, AEW blows away NXT. Blows away NXT, blows away WWE as a whole. WWE is marred in controversy right now. They are marred in mediocrity right now. And see, I'm not leveling NXT versus AEW. I'm leveling WWE versus AEW, and AEW wins. For this period. We'll see in December if that stays. We'll see. And we'll see in January, because like I said, I'm going to do these videos every month. But for now, you know I make videos. And if you watch the shows, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Who you thought won in the first month plus of AEW. Versus WWE as a whole. Let me know. And I'm going to try to get Nate the Wrestling Dude back on board if I can find time to get together with him and if he wants to do it. But without further ado, you know I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 a.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more, please ding the notification bell to be notified when I upload a video. Without further ado, from pillar to post, from bell to bell, I'll see you next time. Happy watching, happy reading, happy gaming. I'll see you soon, and peace.